Hey guys, Jack Griffin here, and welcome to a new video. And welcome to the finale of our Halloween special. Today, we will be checking out the fourth Hotel Transylvania movie, and by the looks of it, the final Hotel Transylvania movie, which came out earlier this year, actually. Thank you for those who have watched the other three parts. As you know, those movies have either been good or decent. But now we get to the fourth movie. Well, let's get into it. But before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching our other sorry about that. Thank you for watching the other three parts. To check out the other Hotel Transylvania movies. Anyway, here we go. The final film, part 4 of our Halloween special, aka the finale. Let's review Hotel Transylvania 4, aka Hotel Transylvania Transformania. So, let's get into the plot. So, it is Hotel I'm getting confused with the title now. It is Hotel Transylvania's. If I'm right, and I am sorry, I know I said I would come prepared, but I get a few things wrong. But I'm pretty sure this is it. So I'm just going to go with it. So, it is Hotel Transylvania's 150th anniversary. So Drac played, voiced not by Adam Sandler, voiced instead by YouTuber Brian Hull, who, by the way, for those who want to know my thoughts on him, I love Brian Hull. He's a very good YouTuber. For those who don't know, he does impressions of cartoon characters, and yeah, it's just funny to hear him talk all this other stuff. He does stuff mostly to do with Disney, which that's fine. So yeah, so I would go check out his channel because he is very good. So, sorry, Dracula, voiced by Brian Hull, has a speech to say where he's going to retire. He's actually going to retire and hand down the hotel to Johnny and Mavis, voiced once again by Adam Sandberg and Selena Gomez. And also to be with Erica. Now, for those who know who Erica is, thankfully, I finally just remembered it out of thin air. So, Erica was the ship's captain in the third movie, when I said I don't remember her name. The granddaughter of Van Helsing. However, when Dracula lies to Johnny because he thinks that Johnny won't be responsible, he lies to Johnny saying that only monsters can take over the hotel. So Johnny goes to see Van Helsing and asks if there's anything to turn him into a monster, which Van Helsing does. And Johnny gets turned into a dragon. So Dracula instead doesn't, for the speech, he doesn't announce how he's giving the hotel to them. He just announces a new bathroom's going to be fitted in. Yeah. He tries to find Johnny, who turns out the reason why he turned into it was because of Van Helsing's I don't know how to say it. Monsific. If I'm right, it's a mons fifth. Okay, basically, well, Johnny just calls it a monster ray. Basically, and this ray gun, can turn humans into monsters and monsters into humans. And Dracula chases Johnny because he can't let Mavis find out. However, the ray accidentally shoots out and hits Dracula, turning him into a human. But since the ray gun got damaged, Drac and Johnny need to go on a quest to get a crystal so they can turn. So not only can they turn him back to a monster, they can turn Johnny back into a human. But because the monster ray also damaged the drinks in the party section, Drac's friends, Frank, Wayne, Murray, Griffin, and Blobby, yes, Blobby gets turned, all turn into humans. Beach. So, it's up to Mavis and Erica to follow Dracula and Johnny so they can turn Drac's friends back to monsters as well. Okay. I know that seems like a lot. But anyway. So what are my thoughts on Hotel Transylvania 4? It's okay. For once, I'm actually not the biggest fan of this film. Let's start with the characters. Dracula, although Brian did a good job imitating Drac's voice, it just doesn't have Adam Sandler's charm in a way. I don't know why Adam Sandler didn't do it. In fact, most people don't know. Like, we just don't know why he didn't come back with the full film. For what Brian did, he did good. But like I said, Adam Sandler doesn't have the factor that Adam Sandler had. And this is another one where, sorry about that, motorbike. And this is another movie where Johnny is meant to be one of the mainest characters. Like in the first movie. But I wouldn't count this. I know. Let's start with Johnny. Now, a lot of people say that Johnny is dumber in this film. And yeah, I can see where they're coming from. But aside from that, Adam Sandberg is alright as Johnny. He's still got the charm from 2018. Mavis, like in the third and second movie, she's just okay. All she does is, one of the only connections she has with moments with her dad in this movie is that at the end, when they find out the truth and that Johnny didn't have to be a monster, when they find out the truth that Drac was lying, she just shouts at him. And she basically like, you ruin him. But this was one of my biggest complaints with the whole franchise in general. every movie has a scene where Mavis is shouting at Dracula, where she's shouting at her father. And it's just not good. They're like, the camp. I will be honest. The campfire scene between Drac and Johnny. I'll admit that was a nice scene. But apart from that, the chemistry is just alright. All it is for like 20 minutes is just Dracula. It's just Drac getting like stung. Like, it's just Drac getting injured because when they had the walk through the jungle, they just went for a casual walk in the jungle. Of course they did. But let's talk about Drac's friends. And for the first time in 4 movies it took us to get to this moment. Drac's friends finally have a lot more to do. This is one of my biggest complaints. Like, the second movie had them in it the most, but still, they didn't really do much apart from help Dennis. Apart from that, they just haven't done it. So let's start. So I guess I'll just start with them. Let's start with Frank. So his human form is basically this muscular, sexy, like, man who's obsessed with taking selfies. He's just a popular girl. That's all he is. They just made pardon me, not Drac. They made Frank into this, like, has the personality of a teenage girl on TikTok. That's literally all so special about him. I know I said they actually do something, but that's only because it's with them as well. Let's start with let's go to Wayne. Like I said, Wayne out of Jack's friends is my favourite. Why? He's a werewolf, and out of that group of monsters, werewolf is my favourite. So hell, and I just love how sarcastic and that he is. Yeah, all he is a human with a beard. And that's it. That is all he is. I'll admit, the only gag they do is that when his kids try to find him, because they always want to, be attached to him, they go to his wife, which I believe her name's Wanda. Yeah, I think I finally found her name. They all go to the mum. I'll admit, that's funny, but only because it's actually joy, because Wayne finally gets some peace and quiet without his kids bugging him. Also, Dennis and Winnie they get like a few cameos in this film. And that's it. Also, I believe the dog is called Tinkles. Yeah. Also, by the way, Tinkles gets a sort of transformation because he goes to a small dog. But aside from that, Dennis and Winnie are not in this film a lot. They're not in it. Oh, and Ninja makes the cameo. Yeah, the YouTuber. I'm not complaining about him. He was basically just this monster, and all he said was a few lines, and that's about it. I believe the credits even, like, they even credited him, because I believe they said his name, aka Ninja. And you all know who Ninja is. You all know he's another YouTuber. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Murray, I mean, it is funny in a way. Because I think Murray actually has the best... No. He is one of the best transformations out of the group. Because it makes sense. He's like a 1,000-year-old mummy. He's an old Egyptian man. That makes sense, however, the only gist is that he's slow and he just falls asleep the whole movie. Of course, he does wake up. I'm not going to talk about Griffin yet, the Invisible Man. I'm not going to talk about him yet. I'm going to go to Blobby. Of course, they just turn Blobby into a jelly. And that's it. And Griffin just carries him around the whole movie. That's it. And they just stick eyes onto him. Yeah. So let's talk about Griffin. Now I know that when a lot of people saw the trailer, when they show Griffin, I know a lot of people were upset because they didn't make Griffin hot. They didn't make Griffin sexy. And I'm just like, why would you want him to be hot? Like, was it be a big, like, reveal? All his character is that he's naked for, like, at the beginning. That's funny. Okay, it was alright. And then he's balding, and then he has a gut. And that's it. And yes, I do know about the tease. They tease when they're in the crystal maze thing where porn shit. Where they tease one of his forms is that he's a normal man and he's hot. But yeah, but I just don't get it. I don't get the point of why you'd want him to be hot. He's a character. So what? Are these guys good? They're not as good as the other three movies. And yeah. Oh, and the wives tag along for some reason, including Frank's wife. And the whole point of her is that she finds the mission absolutely gross. And that's that. And what the hell was Wanda meant there? Okay, to be honest, I'm actually not... Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if Wanda did come on the mission. But I'm pretty sure she... Oh, yeah. Wanda stays in the Zeppelin. Paunch. So... What was the point of bringing her on the mission? There was no point. Okay. I might as well talk about Erica. We get to see her a lot more here, because she's got to save her husband. She was actually pretty good. She's one of the best characters in this movie, I think. And now, you know what? I think there's only one major character to talk about, and that's Van Helsing. Who now resides in, like, a basement thing of the hotel. Okay. He's not in it that much. Paunch. But the voice actor, he's alright. I think, they could have done a little bit more with him, but aside from that, that's about it. Now, there technically is a villain in this movie, being the hamster. He tries... So basically, at the beginning, Van Helsing tries the ray out on this hamster. And then it grows to giant size and starts wrecking the hotel. Which causes the ending, which we'll get to the ending in a minute. We'll get to the ending in a minute. And yeah, that's really the characters. Did I think for what the story is, do I think it was good? Whilst okay, I'm not going to say that the idea they had for this movie was bad. For what the plot is, it's actually kind of it's actually pretty cool. And it's actually a nice twist having like Johnny be a monster and the other character and the monsters be humans. I thought that was a cool idea. But it's just how they executed it. I didn't think they executed it good. So what's... And... yeah. The animation... does look good. Does actually look good. I feel like from the went to 2012 to now 2022. They managed to get the animation somewhat modern, and the animation, it looks good, but I don't think it was 100% good. I mean, Hotel Transylvania, the first one, you could see like the features of Johnny's hair and stuff, and it just looked really good. So now let's talk about the ending now. Where Johnny turns out during the movie he's becoming more like a monster. And he grows to massive size and basically becomes kaiju size. I think it was unique how they all had to help Mavis get to Johnny so that she wouldn't be burned by the sunlight. And when Johnny's about to eat Drac, he basically uses the marshmallow lesson, which was the campfire scene, that Johnny had taught him to teach Johnny. And Johnny just lets himself be shrunk back to normal. Whilst I think it was a nice message, I feel like the ending could have been a bit better. It feels a bit weak. But now I'm going to talk about the proper ending. So they get back to the hotel, and the hamster has wrecked it. They turn the hamster back to normal. Should have just chucked it off the bridge. I don't care. So, but Drac keeps his promise, and he gives the key. He gives the hotel to Johnny and Mavis. And about a year later, they surprise. Why am I doing this? But this is what they did. So they surprised him. Surprise! The hotel looks exactly as it did before. But when they go in, and then the credits roll. No. They basically show, like, the colourful 2D animation. that they normally had in the credits in the past films. And I'm saying it's 2D animation. I'm just going to go with it. I'm not a big fan of this ending, where it shows what's happened. I would have much liked it if he'd taken a look, because what's inside is just climbing walls and a party, basically Johnny style. All it is Johnny takeover, as he describes it. He looks around, but instead of being mad, he's happy. Fucking bitch. We get a glimpse of him. We get a smile, 2 feet, and then he says, and then that music that normally happens in movies when it goes, duh, and then it goes black, boom, boom, credits roll. If that animation had been the credits and then my scene was there, I think that would have looked better. The other scene, boom, roll the credits. Roll the credits. Because even though this, and since it probably will be the final film, at least end it off in a good note. And yeah. So, that's my main thoughts on it. However, are there any things that don't make this movie good? Unlike the past few movies, there's quite a chunk of things that don't make this movie good. One, I feel like I said, the idea was unique, but I don't think they executed it well. And then, of course, we got the ending, like I said. The ending should have been good. I feel like Johnny and Drax should have had just a bit more chemistry together. Yeah, that would have worked. I would have liked something more to do with Dennis and Winnie. I know I'm saying this. I mean, if they don't get together, that's fine. But most likely, they probably did. And if we had just at least have one full scene, where they kind of do, which basically Dracula just manipulates them, saying everything is fine. But then Mavis catches them, and she knows that definitely something suspicious is happening. Whilst I feel like Murray probably had the best transformation in terms of joke. Like I said, Frank's was basically just a teenage girl. Wayne's, he's just a human with a beard. That's literally all he has. I'm so sad they did that to my boy Wayne. I was very sad. Griffin, it's alright. And Blobby made sense. The thing was though, even though you could say it saved him because of what happens with the hamster, there was no point to bring... What? There was no point to bring Blobby. Because he does nothing. There was no point. And... yeah. With that being said... do I think Hotel Transylvania 4 is a good final film to a good franchise? Do I think it deserves to be the final film? Do I think it's a good movie? No. They tried. My God, they tried. And in the end, I can just say it's an okay movie. Not the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. That goes to a certain Disney sequel. I'm looking at you, Lion King 2. So like I said, not the worst thing I've ever watched. But definitely not the best. So with all that being said, Hotel Transylvania 4, I give it a 5 out of 10. Half and half. It had quite a few good things, but quite a portion of bad things. And that's it, guys. That was part 4. That was part 4 and the finale to the Hotel Transylvania of our Halloween special. I hope you guys have enjoyed me reviewing all the Hotel Transylvania movies. Let me know down below what's your favourite Hotel Transylvania movie. But just before we do, let's rank them. So, in my opinion, from worst to best, Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, Hotel Transylvania 2, Hotel Transylvania 3, and my favourite, definitely 100% my favourite, Hotel Transylvania. Out of all of these films, the first one will definitely be the best Hotel Transylvania movie. It was a good movie, an enjoyable movie, and the Zing Song is still an incredible scene. But that's it, guys. So, if you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Press that notification bell down below. Oh, and another thing. Tomorrow, and by the way, for those wondering, tomorrow I will be doing my Q&A for 50 subscribers. So if you want to put in a few last questions, make sure you go and do that. You can go do that if you want to. 3 questions, a comment, and I'll be answering them tomorrow. But main videos aside, I hope you guys have a very good Halloween. And what's your favourite Halloween movie? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.